So, are prices in Brantford dropping or are they rising? Because if you read a headline or you listen to the news, it's a head scratcher. You don't know if we're crashing, you don't know if we're zooming off into outer space and back to the moon with prices. So, in this video, I want to walk you through exactly what's happening with home prices in Brantford right now so that you can cut through all the noise. Since last summer, prices in Brantford have pulled back about 12% from a high that we saw in May 2025. And 12% seems so scary. I get that. But we need to zoom out here and put things into perspective. Because when you step back and you look at the price action, for the last 3 to 4 years, we've been in this range, up and down, back and forth, in this well-defined band for prices. May 2025 marked the high end of that range. And now, last month, from December, we're at the low end of that range right now. So there is no need to panic because we are still holding up from a price perspective. What matters though is how things develop this year, especially in the next 3 to 4 months, because what has me worried is if we're sitting at this low end of the range and we break further down, it's going to signal something pretty important to me. It's going to signal a correction in prices because we'd be breaking down from that multi-year range. And that would mean that we haven't seen price levels like this since before COVID, really. So yes, this definitely deserves attention, but no, it is not a time to panic because the market has been testing this range for the last 3 to 4 years. And it's exactly what has been happening. I'll show you in this chart here. You can see that we've tested the lows and we've tested the highs. Right now, we're sitting at the lows. And we are headed into a seasonal juncture where things are starting to change. We're heading into spring. That's when activity picks up, and that's when prices often get a lift. More buyers come back out, and you'll see from this chart here that these points are normally where prices do tend to lift or rebound slightly. And that's why I'm not sounding the alarm bells just yet. Next week, we're going to get January's numbers. We're going to get the full set of statistics, and I'm going to be breaking it down deeper because we're going to have a lot of new numbers to look at, and it's going to be the start of the year, obviously, but it's going to be the start of what matters. It's whether we see a true correction in price or we see this bounce back and stay within this well-defined range. I'm going to be super boring here, and what I am expecting is a bounce back into this range. I just feel that interest rates are normalized enough, and the major headlines that really affected us last year with the tariff stuff are subsiding, or it's like we're not believing them. I think that's sort of like in the background, or it's definitely not having an impact like it did last year. Let's just hope that it doesn't affect our economy and slow things down more than it already has. Definitely in the back of my mind, but I'm not going to pretend to know like I understand this stuff. I'm not an economist. And quite frankly, I think the economists, they don't even really know what's going to happen in the next 3 to 6 months anyway. Because if you're buying or selling this year, especially in Brantford, this stuff matters so much. And I hope you found it somewhat valuable or useful because I hope that you follow along. I'll be breaking down the numbers as the year progresses and obviously changing what I'm expecting and changing what I'm seeing. I just hope that you, again, find value in it. And I appreciate you watching this far. I will see you in the next video.